Yo, 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 what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So listen, this is a small account challenge, right? 52-week small account challenge. Now, I told you guys I would be committed to this for 52 weeks, right? So I got an update for you guys. This week, it was an ugly week for the small account challenge, all right? The market threw a monkey wrench in our trades, and I'm gonna break it all down for you guys, all right? So it's funny because I'm so used to dealing with like bigger numbers that the strategies and stuff like that for a small account you just can't do, right? I can't add too many contracts, right? That's a big one right there. I can't get too far out unless it's a contract that's a lot cheaper, right? And so I have to switch up and tailor my strategy. So what I'm gonna do this week is I am gonna find one solid swing trade, and I'm gonna put more money into the account. I mean, I'm gonna put more money into that trade, right? Because at the end of the day, I know they say risk management, but when you got an account this small, there's gonna be a time where you gotta take like a risk, right? But when you zoom out, it's easier to be right the further that you zoom out, right? So I'm gonna get a contract maybe a month out on a stock that I think is gonna do well this month, and we just gonna ride that out, right? And then I'm gonna let the account grow, and then once we get to like 800, 1,000, that's when I'm gonna go back, and then I'll maybe like swing trade a couple different stocks, you know what I'm saying, within the same week. So I'm gonna break this down for you guys. I'm gonna show you guys my entries and exits on each of these trades because I'm all about transparency, and I said we was gonna do this, right? So, and I honestly see why people quit small account challenges, or I also see why people start with 3K, 5K, like small account challenges, because it is challenging for a small account swing trading, right? I didn't say day trading. I said I want to do this thing passively, right? And I want to stay true to that. Okay, so we're gonna pull up the spreadsheet. I'm gonna break it down for you and the charts as well. Okay. So right here we got the week, right? So we took 3 trades. Well, we got out of 1 trade, we got into 2 trades, and we got out of 2 trades. All right. So we started the week at 457, right? We see last week it was a good week, right? I only took 1 trade. Well, I cashed out of 1 trade, took it easy. And then I said, okay, cool. We was at 457, right? We was almost back to where we started from. I was like, all right, cool. This week we was holding Chewy from last week, right? We took entry, but we didn't get out. So we took entry, and then I was like, all right, so Chewy should pan out next week. And then I saw Nvidia on Monday, right? So let's go over Nvidia. So I took entry. The stock was at 183.05. The contract was $132. And then I got out at 176.81. And then the contract was only worth $16, right? So I took a $116 L on that contract. So now let's go to the charts and let's see what happened, right? So let's go to Nvidia right here. All right, so Nvidia, right? So I took Nvidia on Monday, right? So they had some good news that came out, and you see it shot up, right? Now the crazy part is they had came out with some news, and then this was a bull flag, right? So because initially I was like, nah, it's about to come back down, right? Because when you have a big move, the stock usually retraces. So I was like, okay, Nvidia right here is on a bull flag, right? Boom, boom, right? I watched it consolidate for a minute, and then you see we got the pole right here, right? So on a 30-minute, I'm like, oh, this thing is about to go higher, right? And we also had a lot of flow, right? We had a lot of flow on Nvidia. If you look at right here, okay, let me turn this off, or current application, right? So you see this right here? We had 73 million in flow, right? 73 million in flow right here, right? This was on Monday. $73 million of calls, right? And it was all September 26th expiration date as well, which was that week, right? So when I saw that, I was like, this is a lot of confirmation right here. We got flow, right? People were buying in the calls. And then we had, let me go back to my application. All right, so we had flow, and then we had a bull flag right here, right, on the 30-minute. And then it had just tested all-time highs, and it didn't reject hard, right, that day. So I was like, okay, we're about to break through, and then we're going to go up to 185, 190, right, because we was already at 184.59. So if we broke above here, I was like, we about to hit 190, right? So I got a 190 strike price call, right? Same week's expiration. I was like, we about to flip this money, right? Now, that was my entry, 183.05. Next day, look what happened. We gapped down a little bit. I'm like, dang, okay, let's see what happens. Immediately sell off. I'm not scared. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like we got some week left. It's only Tuesday. If we could get a recovery today, we'll be in good shape, right? And then look what happened. It just sold off more. I was like, my contract for the week was already burnt, right? It was already burnt. So I was like, it ain't no point in me even trying to hold this because it came all the way down here. You see this wick right here? It came all the way down here. So I got out right there, right? Got out right here in this area, and I just took the L, right? 116 gone. And as you see, the next day, it came even lower. And then the next day, it came even lower, and then it went up, right? And this was on Thursday, and then Friday, it didn't do anything, right? So I got out at the right time, but my entry, that bull flag, it tricked me, right? Now, some would say wait till it breaks out. Tomato, tomato, right? Everybody got a different way to trade. Now, when we go to the daily, another reason why I took entry on a daily time frame, right? When I saw the daily, when I saw this 3-bar right here, usually after a 3-bar and we were inside of a buying order block right here, we broke through it. I was like, oh, after a 3-bar, we're going to get a 2-bar, right? Look, 3, 2, 2, right? It's a 3-bar, 3, 2, 2 right there. 3-bar, 2, right? Gapped up. This is a 3-bar. It came down and then it ended up going up, right? This is a bearish 3-bar, then a 2-bar continuation right there, right? This is a bearish 3-bar and then it came down, then it became a failed 2 down, right? So Nvidia usually respects the 3 bars on the daily time frame. So when I saw that 3-bar and I saw a bull flag on the 30-minute, I was like, this is a beautiful setup. Right? And I would take it again too, because the next time it's going to pan out. Right? So I saw that on the 3-bar on the daily. I saw that bull flag and I was like, we about to take this and we're going to flip this money. Right? And then you see what happened. It did not go as planned. Right? So next day, gap down. This was September. Right? September is known to be a bearish month, but I saw a 3-bar. I saw my setup. I took it. Right? It's all good. So I took an L on that one right there. I turned $132 into $16, right? Now, the beautiful thing about this is I'm not embarrassed. I'm not scared or none of that stuff, right? I specifically said when we started this account challenge, a small account challenge, that you're going to see L's, you're going to see wins, right? We're only a couple weeks in, right? I'm about to go heavier and I'm about to go further out, right? Expiration date, just so that I could passively grow the account, right? I'm not going to be trying to swing trade for weeklies on this account anymore. I'm gonna just let it grow. I'm gonna slow it down so that it could go further down the road, right? So we still gonna grow this account. I ain't worried about that, but I'm just used to dealing with bigger numbers, right? So that was Nvidia, right? Now let's go to the next 2 trades, okay? I traded Chewy twice, right? So we got Chewy, right? So I got a break-even trade, lost $2. The next trade made $6, right? Now let me show you what happened. The first trade I got in at 38.46. The contract was $146. I got two of them. Each contract was actually $73, but I paid $146, right? That was the first trade. I got in on September 17th. I got out at 39.06. The stock had gone up, right? But I got out and I lost $2, right? $1 each per contract. So I only lost $2 total. Now, the reason why is because the decay and the time. And you're going to see the stock made the move, but I should have got further out expirations on this trade. And then the next trade, I got in right where I had got out at on the previous trade because it was going in my direction. But I knew that because the contracts were so decayed that I'm not going to make the money that I essentially really wanted to anyway, right? And if we did have a pullback, I would end up losing my contract value anyway. So I was like, let me get out of this week's contract and let me get a better contract, right? Got in on the next one, and then it pulled back for like 2 or 3 days again, and I was down about 30% again. And so Chewy made a nice move to the upside, but then that move to the upside, it had just got back my gains, and I was up a couple dollars, and I was like, man, let me just take this, let me clear everything out, and let me start next week fresh, right? And let me let September finish out as well. That was another thing too, because I'm like, what's going on in September, we probably gonna have some more bearish sentiment, and so I don't want to get into a trade and then it pull back by 4% on a share price, and I just got in a contract, now I'm down 30%, and now I gotta get back, retrace where I was just at, and then go further just to be able to make money, right? So this is what happened on Chewy. So for this week, I lost $112 in my small account, and then the total ending balance is $345, right? So let's go to the charts and let me guys show you where Chewy is at right now. All right. So let's go to Chewy. All right. So let's go to the 30-minute time frame real quick. So we took the entry. All right. So the first entry we took was right over here. Right? All right. So we took an entry right here. Towards the end of the day, we took entry. Right? So I was like, all right, cool. It's looking good on the daily time frame. This was on September 17th. Right? On September 17th, we took entry. Let's go to the daily and see what happened on September 17th. Right? September 17th was 18th right here, 17th. All right, cool. All right. So I was like, let me just take entry right here on September 17th. The next day we had a 3-bar and then we had a 1-bar, right? The next day it did go up higher, right? But I was like, okay, so I didn't want to not get in on a pullback, right? Like I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to miss it because it wasn't going to pull back, because sometimes stocks don't pull back. So this is the risk that you're going to run when you're trading, right? Whether it's a small account, big account, whatever, right? Sometimes you just got to take the entry, right? You can have the perfect setup, you can have the worst setup, and you can make money off both. It ain't always what you trade, it's how you trade, right? So I got in on September 17th right there at the end of the day. Now we go back to the 30-minute time frame. All right. So let's see what happened. So September, right there, 17th, all right? So September 17th, took entry. The next day, we was up here, right? 38.94. I was like, cool. I tried to get out of the trade at 20% profit. I did not get filled. I was like, it's all good, right? I just got in this trade. We got next week's contracts, my bad, right? But you see it came down, right? I was like, all right, whatever. Next day, it just consolidated, went up and down, went up and down. This was a 1-bar right here, right? This was a 3-bar. So this is a 3-bar, this is a 1-bar, right? So a 3-1 setup. Usually after a 3-1 setup, it goes up, right? Because this was a bullish 1-bar. The next day, look what happened. We sold off. So this was on Monday. So I'm like, oh, here we go, right? But it's all good. I'm giving the contract time. And then look what happened that next day, blasted off, right? So if I would have, let's say I would have got in right here, I would have been up let's just say 80, 90%, 100% on this trade right here if I would have got in right here. But I got in here. It came above my level, as you can see, right? It came above where I entered at. But because this time had gone by and then I was already down like 35%, came up here, I got out and I only lost $2. But I was like, okay, we're higher than we ever been. We're inside of this gap. We broke resistance now. We about to take off, right? So I got out right here, lost lost $2, break even. And then look what happened. Entered in right there, right? Right after I got out, I got the October 10th expiration date, right? So I was like, I'm gonna get this contract 2 weeks, right? And then look what happened. Later on in the day, it went up for a little bit longer and then boom, right? Rejected there, came down. I was like, whatever, I got 10-10, so we good. So then look what happened. Boom, came down the next day. And then we came up. And then on Friday, we blasted off, right? And then I was up like 10%, tried to get filled, got out, and I got out right here. Cause I was like, man, I'm not gonna keep getting in and then it pulling back. So let me just clear this out, right? Let me just clear this out. I obviously see Chewy likes to play games, right? It's gonna go up and down around this gap. And sometimes when you have a gap, it does play games. Gaps don't always fill immediately, right? So I got out here, made $6. It's all good, and I was done, right? So that was the week, right? It was a tricky week, but as you can see, on the daily time frame, we still have this room, right? So if we get another pullback, right? Maybe 39.30, something like that. If we could pull back down there, I may re-enter maybe a month out and then let that one sit, right? But when I was taking entry, it was looking like we were going to continue, and then it pulled back, and then by that time, I was down 35%, and I was like, all right, your contract value gets kind of burnt a little bit, and then you recover, but now you're down still after a recovery. And then it's like, all right, so then you're hoping that it goes higher. And if it pulls back first, then that's more time that goes by. And then you end up decaying your contract a little bit more. And then it has to go higher just for you to get the amount where you was just at, right? And so that's why sometimes I take profits like fast, like the next day. If I'm up 30% overnight, I'll take profits because sometimes it may get to your target, but it may take a little bit longer. And if it takes a little bit longer, you may get in the same profit that you was overnight. So sometimes it makes sense just to take profit fast because the contract, you just got it. So the contract is still fresh and it's a lot more valuable and it has less decay, right? So that was this week, man. All right, that was this week. The thing about me is I'm gonna show up, right? I don't care if I lost money, if I made money. This $500 account, this ain't nothing, right? This is something that I said I was gonna do. If I lose all the money, it don't really matter to me, right? But I want you guys to see the journey. That's the biggest thing. I want you guys to see the journey and understand that when you're using a little bit of money, you can do it. But the market gonna throw things in there, right? You gotta be patient. Don't allow your emotions to take over you and stuff like that, right? We gonna grow this account. I'm not worried about that. But the market is gonna do what the market's gonna do regardless, and you just gotta be able to flow with it just like water. All right? So I got some swings that I'm looking at right now. So we gonna see how September closes, and then I'm gonna take entry on something else, and we gonna keep going as if nothing ever happened. We know what happened. We see what happened. We see the charts, and we just gonna keep it going, right? It's gonna start snowballing real soon. All right, so stick with me, stay with me, and I'm excited for the journey, y'all. All right. So, like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head, go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna see you on tomorrow's live for the watch list. All right. Y'all stay smooth, and I'm gonna holla at you tomorrow. Peace.